Now we start the interview. Dear colleagues and the public, today, 6th of December 2025, the advisory group of experts has gathered in full force to interview the candidate for the position of the judge of the Constitutional Court, Mr. Petro Ivanovich Saliuk. Specifically, all 6 members of advisory group of experts are present. Secretary Marina Connor, member Anna Sukotska, members of the group, Mr. Alex Zalar, Mr. Yaroslav Shakun, Mr. Yaroslav Romaniuk, and myself, chairperson of the advisory group of experts, Oksana Vasilchenko. At the meeting, also 4 deputy members of the advisory group of experts are present, Mr. Griffin, Mr. Barrett, Mr. Machinchuk, and Mr. Kuzmenko. I would like to note that we work in a shelter, therefore, in the event of the air alert, the interview will continue. I would like to remind you that the interview is being recorded and broadcasted live on the resources of the advisory group of experts and the website of the Constitutional Court of Ukraine. Therefore, I would like to draw the attention of the members of advisory group of experts and the candidates to the restriction of the use of sensitive data and restricted information during the live broadcast. If necessary to discuss such matters, the advisory group of experts will restrict the live broadcast for such time. We are ready to begin, therefore give the floor to the Secretary of Advisory Group of Experts, Madam Marina Connor, for introduction of the candidate and reminding of the rules of the interview. Madam Marina, you have the floor.
Hello, dear colleagues, and to the public who is watching these proceedings, hello to you as well. As our chair, Ms. Vasilchenko, has already said, the advisory group of experts will now interview the candidate, Saliuk. I would like to remind you that the interview is part of the candidate's assessment stage to determine their compliance with the criteria of high moral character. As before, each interview will last approximately 1 hour at most, and the time limit for answering
Я
questions
перепрошую,
is
технічні
3 minutes.
питання. Перепрошую, пані Маріно.
Traditionally, we ask all candidates to be concise and to answer the questions clearly, unambiguously, and to the point. At the end of the interview, the candidate may make a brief closing statement of no more than 5 minutes.
There is some technical difficulty. Could you please hold on?
The materials on our candidate, the advisory group of experts sent him questions for written explanations, so the candidate has had the opportunity to prepare and provide answers. So let me briefly introduce the candidate. Petro Ivanovich Saliuk is a judge of the Khmelnytsky District Administrative Court. He also performed combat missions in the anti-terrorist operation zone in the Donetsk and Luhansk regions in 2015 and participated in combat operations in 2022, for which he was awarded state and departmental honors. Since January 3rd, 2025, the candidate has been working part-time as an acting associate professor in the Department of Constitutional, Administrative, and Financial Law at the Leonid Yuskov Khmelnytsky University of Management Law. In addition, he has already participated in the competition for the position of judge of the Constitutional Court of Ukraine and was interviewed by the advisory group of experts. On May 29th, 2025, the advisory group of experts decided that the candidate meets the criterion of high moral character for the position of judge of the Constitutional Court of Ukraine. But since only one candidate received a meets the high moral quality rating, the competition was terminated due to an insufficient number of candidates to continue the competitive selection process for these positions. I will now ask our candidate if you would like to add anything to this presentation that I just spoke about. Is there anything that you think that you should address now? And you may have up to 3 minutes to do so.
Дякую. Я тільки трошки уточню.
Thank you for this opportunity. I would like to clarify, since the month of March 2025, I'm associate professor, and I was elected by the Scientific Council. Now I'm full associate professor, and I am lecturing and providing seminars to students. Thank you.
Дякую, пані Оконор. Вітаємо, Петрі Івановичу. Ви вже в нас вдруге. Під час попереднього конкурсу увагу, до речі,
Thank you for this opportunity. You are for the second time. During the previous competition, the attention of the group of experts was drawn to a number of circumstances to which you have provided wide explanations. And we don't intend to return back to research of the same circumstances which have been researched before and have been represented in the decision of the advisory group of experts. However, we would like to clarify certain things. Starting from the year 2021, you are building a residential house. Could you please say what is the condition now of that residential house? Did you complete the construction? Do you live with your family? Do you reside in that building? Thank you for this question. It's not a residential building. This is a summer house. I don't live there full time. It is located 70 kilometers from the city of Khmelnytsky, where I reside permanently, where I have my apartment. Is that building complete? Is it suitable for residency? Yes, indeed. Usually we stay on weekends. And yet it was not officially commissioned into operation. I'm finalizing it. Very soon I will commission it into operation. This is the reason for the question. Probably you know, with such practice which exists in Ukraine, that people build the house, complete the construction, and legally they never commission into operation, not to pay the tax. Isn't this the case? No, this building does not have to be taxed because according to the parameters 120, in reality 115 square meters. And it is not covered by taxation. Also, I would like to draw your attention to that the residential area is just 60 plus, added with terrace, which is not considered residential. There is just a big terrace. Only those items of real estate that exceed 120. Yes, indeed, residential houses that exceed 120 square meters of floor area. This is not the case. Another question. After studying your motivation letters, you have quoted Ukrainian philosopher Grigory Skovoroda. You have the right to demand from the world the justice if you yourself created such a justice. Why did you resort to such a quotation? Is my understanding correct that with this principle of justice you are also guided as you take judicial decisions? That you are doing your best to make the decisions that follow the law and are also true and are also fair from the point of justice. Very nice question. I'm full of self-criticism. I research back all of my decisions. I am concerned by any decision of myself. You have examined a number of decisions. I have quite many decisions which became part of the jurisprudence in the country. Also, I have replied in the requests that in 5 years I did not commit a violation any time frame about the case. I'm deeply concerned of every case, and I can explain every case. I don't have any cases of which I would not remember. I would not be confident. I am responsible for every decision of mine because I doing with it with my best effort. Will you do the same if you are appointed judge of the Constitutional Court? Yes, indeed. Every time you need to walk in the shoes of the plaintiff and defendant, that you can feel what they expect from the judge, how they will respond, and what will be the consequences. The same will happen in the future. If I'm lucky enough to become the judge of Constitutional Court, I will view from different perspectives, not only from the perspective of the law, because the law is strict, but this is the law, also from the perspective of real life. We just need to take into account every perspective, not just the letter of the law. I don't have any other questions. Dear colleagues, do you have any questions to the candidate? The microphone, please. You are muted. Madam Marin, you are muted. Do you have any questions? Marin, do you have?
The advisory group of experts. And let me just confirm to our applicant, from our applicant, that you stand by the answers that you have previously given us in your prior interviews. Is that an accurate statement?
Так.
Okay, thank you.
Якщо ще треба, я можу пояснити, якщо є питання.
Yes, indeed.
Якщо немає більше запитань до кандидата, Петро Іванович,
I can explain additionally if necessary.
хвилин.
Дякую. Ну, хочу
Dear colleagues, unless you have more questions, Petro can make a statement for up to 5 minutes. I would like to congratulate on the occasion of the day of Saint Nicholas, and I believe that most of Ukrainians have only one wish, to have peace and victory, and yet only armed forces can provide us peace and victory. I congratulate also on the occasion of the Day of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. They are the only ones who will bring us victory. Thank you very much indeed for supporting me last time, confirming my integrity. For me, this is great inspiration to my further activities. To receive from you such a positive opinion is really important. Thank you very much indeed for your answers to the questions of the advisory group of experts. Saying this, dear colleagues and the public, interview of the advisory group of experts with the candidate, Mr. Petro Saliuk, is